welcome to another episode of Focus on the Community. I'm Kendra Bragensky, and with me today is Linda Phillips of Siouxland CARES, and she's here today to talk to us about Red Ribbon Week. How are you?
I'm great, thanks.
Good.
Thanks
Why
for
don't you?
inviting me.
Oh, well, I was wondering. I heard that there were some activities going on this week regarding Red Ribbon Week, which actually doesn't start until next week.
Right.
But I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about what happened this week.
Sure. On Monday, what we did is had a Red Ribbon Week kickoff at the Convention Center, and what we did is invited the Mayor's Youth Commission, the Sioux City Mayor's Youth Commission, invited fifth graders from the DARE classes to come and participate in activities with them. They thought that they were really more into the anti-drug scene at this time, and they really wanted to mentor them a little bit. So they invited them to come, and we did some fun games. We had a little theme called We Got Game.
We got game.
We Got Game, drug-free, yeah. And what we did is we invited the Sioux City City Council to come and play against the Mayor's Youth Commission, and they were playing Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Yeah. And I actually went to the City Council on Monday and presented at their meeting a question to them, and the question was, what does DARE stand for? And so, you know, they fund the program and all that. And so it was really quite fun to get it started a little bit. All the City Council members were there that night, and they played against the Youth Commission, and they answered a lot of questions. We were pretty excited that they were able to answer questions. Then they got the fifth graders involved, and the fifth graders, of course, are brilliant, you know, as always. And then we also had some other members of the community, some of the members of Siouxland CARES Coalition, come and participate in that game as well as the GEL Kids, which is Just Eliminate Lies group, came and participated. After that, then what we did is we had a singing bee. And they invited people up on the stage, and you know, we played 3 or 4 lines of a song, and then of course they had to continue with that song. And I would say that most people didn't know the music that they were playing, so it was funny though, and everybody was a really good sport, and we did get 3 winners out of that.
Well, that's good. Yeah. It's always good to know that the people you're entrusting your community with, you know, can answer basic 5th grade questions.
Yes, we were hopeful that they could.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
What else went on then? I understand there was a photograph that was taken.
Right. Then after that, towards the end of the evening, what we did, we asked all kids to wear, since it was We Got Game, we asked them all to wear their school colors. And they came, and what we did is we had them do a group picture and got them all together with a big red ribbon in the middle, and then we took that picture, and then that is going to be the Red Ribbon Week poster that's going to go out to all the schools next week. So they'll be able to put that up, and it's got real Siouxland kids in the poster then. So it was really a fun evening. I think everybody that was there had a great time. The Convention Center did an outstanding job of hosting us, and
as always,
and it was just a great night where we just really could really focus on what it means to have a good time without alcohol and other drugs.
Well, and the 5th graders, that age group where they're going through the DARE program, is a really important time to get those kids really involved and understand that it really is okay to not participate in those kinds of things, and to be sort of upstanding and make good choices for yourself.
Right. And we were excited their DARE officers were able to be in attendance too. So it was just a fun night all around. We had lots of fun, and I think the adults had just as much fun as the kids, and it was the first time that we had done this event. And we did it the week before Red Ribbon Week because, number one, we wanted to bring more attention to it. Just having one week where you focus on the attention, you know, is not a good thing. You want it to be ongoing.
Right.
So we wanted to kick it off just a little bit. And in addition to that, what we wanted to do was really tell the community, hey, you need to start planning for Red Ribbon Week. It's next week, you know. So we're kicking it off. We're going to start it. And what are you going to do next week?
Well, and that's kind of the point, is that there is no national celebration. There's no, here's what we do every single day of the week thing. It really is up to individual schools, businesses, and organizations to sort of run their own set of events. It
is, and you know, any community can decide what they want to do. Here locally, we've always done something. This one we started, we're going to continue to do it next year, and the year after, and the year after that, and we're just going to make it bigger and better, and just be a real community-wide experience.
Well, and you know, we were talking earlier, and I think it is important for everybody to recognize that this issue is not just one week out of the year that we should be talking about it. It really is something that we should be talking about all the time.
Right, exactly. You know, we have to keep it right there in everybody's face, because it's too easy. And within 6 months, a young person can become an alcoholic. Think back over the last 6 months of your life. Whoa, it went by in just a flash. And, you know, if you're thinking that your child might be, you know, participating in illegal activities like underage drinking or something like that. You know, those are the kind we want to bring to the attention that there's a lot of people out there that can help you.
Well, and obviously this is about making our community and our kids really safe, but all of us to be living in a safe place where we don't have to worry so much about illegal activity and dangerous streets and things like that. And that's what this is about.
It is. That's what it's all about. You know, and kids every single day get approached to do things that they maybe shouldn't be doing. And so we just really want to let them know that it really, like you said before, it's really okay to say no.
Right. Well, it's important for them to learn early on.
Right.
Thank you for giving us that information.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll be right back with more information about Red Ribbon Week and how the celebration started, and more information after this brief break.
Well, we want to teach kids, especially at a young age, that there's damaging health consequences, that it's going to damage the insides of your body, your brain, your lungs, and also there's legal ramifications. You could be arrested, you could do time in prison. So we try to tell the kids that there's better alternatives, that not everybody's doing it, that there's better things to do, participate in music or sports or anything that you're good at. What I try to tell the DARE kids is that everybody's good at something, and it's just trying to find what that thing is and excel at that thing, and that'll keep you away from drugs and alcohol.
Welcome back to Focus on the Community. We are now continuing our discussion regarding Red Ribbon Week, and again we're speaking with Linda Phillips from Siouxland CARES. And what we were going to talk about now is sort of the history of Red Ribbon Week, and then maybe some events and some things that you could do.
Sure. Red Ribbon Week actually started in 1985 when Enrique Camarena, who was a DEA agent, was murdered by drug traffickers. And people were outraged over his actually kidnapping and torture, and they just decided to pick the red ribbon as a symbol. And that symbol then would become a national event every year that would be held to really symbolize that, you know, we're tired of the drug abuse that's going on in our country, and it is okay for young people to say no. And so what we really are trying to do then is just create a community-wide awareness to talk to them, not only young people. We've got to remember this is not just a young person's issue. This is a community-wide issue. And what we need to do is really take it out to the community. Kids are getting lots of information in school during Red Ribbon Week. There's something going on every single day. I think one day they're doing, you know, it's in your jeans, and so everybody gets to wear jeans. And what's another one?
My daughter came home from school today with that in her backpack, and it was something. There's one day it's a sports team, which goes with what we were talking about earlier, and something about sweats.
Right.
And
don't sweat drugs.
I glanced at it real quickly. I didn't really. I put it on the fridge, but I hadn't read it really clearly. But they are planning to dress a certain way every day.
Right.
And I know that Friday is...
Friday is Wear Red Day. Right. And that's not only for the kids. We would really like the community wear red on Friday because just to show your support for it. And businesses, lots of things that businesses can be doing. If they're a clothing store, they might give discounts on their red clothes that are in the stores. If they're a food type service, maybe red food, you know, could be served.
Red Jell-O.
Red Jell-O, right. Licorice given out. A lot of times people give licorice out. Decorate your business would be important too. We do have red ribbon window clings that if you call the Siouxland CARES office at 255-3188, we can get you a red ribbon window cling. And we are asking you to keep it up all year long. We don't want you just to have it up for the week.
Right.
So there's lots of different things that you can do. Another thing that that's encouraged nationally is that if you plant red tulips during Red Ribbon Week, they will actually then bloom during April, which is Alcohol Awareness Month.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so that's a good thing to do. So we're hoping that the weather will be good next week where we can go out and do some of that kind of thing.
Well, it's been raining for all week, so people, I don't know, would be really excited about going out. But it isn't cold yet,
maybe
so
next
you could
week,
still...
Maybe we can do that.
You could still do that. Now, you know, earlier you handed me this card, which has a red ribbon attached to it and the information for Siouxland CARES. And it would be something that really any community, any school, any business could print up their own, you know, drug awareness week information, including addiction counselors or whatever works with your business to include. And the idea is to wear this all week long.
All week long, right. And it's actually October 23rd to the 31st. The schools are actually celebrating it starting on the 22nd, and they're celebrating it just during that week. So sure, you can do anything like that. A lot of businesses are going out and getting ribbon and cutting their own ribbon, handing it out to their employees. They're putting out all kinds of information for their parents. We've got a lot of information. If you don't know how to start talking to your child about alcohol and other drug usage, you can sure give us a call and we will send you out some information. We've got lots of information for you. We've got information about curfew. There is a curfew in the tri-state area, and we'll send you out all kinds of information.
And I would imagine on your website as well that there are lots of resources and links and places that you can go for all sorts of ideas for celebrations and what you were just talking about.
All kinds of information on there, resources for parents. The biggest thing that a parent can do is start talking, and they can start talking any way that they can. It really does not matter what the conversation is. You find out an awful lot when you're driving kids around in a car.
Yes, so, I've discovered that recently.
Yes.
My daughter and a couple of her friends, I took them to the movies, and I was amazed at what 7-year-olds talk about.
They know a lot of things at that age. So the biggest thing that we would just want to promote is that everybody's doing something, that they're acknowledging that the kids are learning a lot about drug education in the next week, and that businesses and parents really notice that they're learning a lot, and ask questions of the kids. Ask them why are they wearing the red ribbon, and ask them, you know, why is everybody in your school wearing jeans today? You know, the kids are really excited to talk about it. They're our front line. What we're trying to do is really create a safe, healthy, and drug-free community.
Well, and that fits along with sort of the purpose of even this organization, is about making the place that we live a better place to be, a good place for our kids and a good place to live.
Right.
And that can't happen if we have continued and growing problems with drugs, alcohol, and all sorts of things.
Right, right. And what we're really trying to do is make productive citizens, and they're going to be in your job and my job in the near future, and we want them to be healthy and be able to do that.
It is and speaking as a parent, and you're a parent as well, but you know, the worst nightmare is for, you know, to have to drag your child out of a situation like that, and the key is really to prevent that from happening in the first place, and to find out how to, and this is the beginning of that, at those very early grade school ages, in the schools and even in your businesses, to talk about those things.
Research indicates that children are half as likely to use drugs if their parents have talked to them. Wow. They're half as likely. You better start talking.
That's just a conversation you have over dinner, in the car, wherever you can fit it in.
Start the conversation any way you can. Yeah.
Well, it's a sad story, you know, that came to produce such a great event, and a really important event. And like we were saying earlier, it isn't something we should just be talking about this third week of October. Right. You know, it is something that we should be talking about every day, all the time. It should be a constant, vigilant effort to do that.
That is correct. And we appreciate you being able to put us on here and talk a little bit about it, because it's really important. The community has to know, and the media is the front line, so thanks so much.
Of course. If you would like more information about Red Ribbon Week at the events or any of those resources, you can call Siouxland CARES or visit their website. We're going to go ahead and let you go, but we're going to share these red M&Ms.
Yeah.